Happy Sunday. Here's the Sunday Social Security roundup for the week of, where are we at? I think it was the 5th. Nope, sorry. It came out last on the 6th and Monday the 7th to Saturday the 12th. Okay, so on Monday the 7th, this was about when SSI or SSA denies you payments for SSI when you've already prevailed on the medical, but they are denying you for some other non-medical reason, how to go about correcting that, getting paid on that when they denied you on the money part. Okay, the Tuesday, October 8th was kind of a Q&A. Someone had asked, if the SSA does not order a consultative exam, does that mean they agree with my doctors about my condition? And all the little innuendos in there, including pros and cons. On Wednesday the 9th, this was a little tip about for those that have debilitating fatigue, and there's a lot of people out there from a variety of causes. Sometimes it's actually a diagnosed condition like chronic fatigue syndrome and related impairments like that. And other times it is a consequence of a different diagnosis. That's one of the symptoms, or even some medications. So we go into that a little bit. On the 10th, this was a tip about if an ALJ denies you, can you both appeal to the appeals council because you disagree with the ALJ and file a new application at the same time? We go into that. There is actually not a 100% ironclad rule. There is a generality, however. So that's something that you kind of want to know. It's a really important decision to make, particularly if it's one or the other, but it's not always one or the other. So take a look, see if that fits you, if you got denied by ALJ, or just want to know what will happen if you do. On the 11th, so that was Friday. Normally this would be Friday fraud law review, but because they had just announced the COLA, I wanted to get it out as fast as possible. So I went through some of those numbers and how they have changed, including what you can expect to see in your benefit rate, as well as some of the other important numbers like how much you can earn if you're disabled, things like that. And then, of course, Saturday, we actually took the Friday fraud law review I put together and share, intending to share on Friday and just put it out on Saturday. So just did a little switcherama. Yeah, so if you have any kind of general questions or, you don't want to get too specific into your own ordeal, but definitely feel free to share them in any of the comments on any of the other videos, even if they're not related to that video. I get that sometimes. People say, hey, it would be great if you did a video on blah, blah, blah. And I try to make a mental note, or sometimes I actually jot it down in my notebook, go about my work day, and then when I get a chance, I sometimes put something together, particularly if it's going to be something I think might hit a few people that could use it. Anyway, all right, guys, I hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week coming up. Everybody be safe, and God bless. Talk to you later. Bye. So you just listened to the week's roundup of all 7 days right behind us and what those video tips were. Are you concerned if you didn't necessarily catch the ones from the week prior to that? Don't worry, we're going to attach it right here. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Sunday. It is the 6th of October. Unbelievable. Wasn't I just saying it said August? Here we are. Okay, so let's do the Sunday Social Security Roundup for what went on last week. Okay, so this would be the week of the 30th through the 5th. So September 30th to October 5th. On Monday the 30th, it was like a little Q&A. Someone had asked, at what stage in the sequential evaluation process does the SSA send you the RFC form? So we go over all that. myths and otherwise. On Tuesday, October 1st, I can't believe that's October. We went over the new SSA rules that came out on September 30th, became effective on September 30th. And there were the SSI rules that were changed by the SSA. How's that for acronyms? That would include the new renters rule, the food rule, and there was one other one. I think it's I think it was the rule, and I can't even remember, the rule on what would make like public assistance housing, which makes it easier for SSI folks to be eligible for SSI. Okay, so now we have October 2nd, which would be Wednesday. This is a true or false. My household activities can't be used against me by the SSA. True or false? And we go into that. The next day, October 3rd, it must have been Thursday. We talked about the SSA's new work history report. If you recall, we had part one and part two, one for the first page, and part two for the first page of the actual job pages. There's 2 pages per job, so we go over page one of that. And in this video, we go over page two, that would apply to every job. Very, very important, guys, if you're doing your work history report, or if you didn't do your work history report thoroughly before, there's nothing to say you can't go do it again. And just say, oh, I realized I was not thorough, and I'd like to submit this again. You can do that. Okay, we do it all the time. When I hit people that have already submitted, I'm like, oh, sorry, back. Anyway, all right, fighting, of course, fraud law review. This was that Montana couple. They were not poor. They were kind of living the high life. Somehow they managed to get SSI for 5 of their children. Now, I would imagine their children were disabled, which to me is very troubling. Unless perhaps they were adopted, but it just seems so strange that 5 kids born of the same family. But they did not, the fraud was not in the fact of the disability of the children. I believe it was only due to the fact that the parents had a lot of money. Apparently, they were making money elsewhere, and SSIs for poor families. So when people who are not poor and not in need try to get it, it really burns my bridges. The 5th, Saturday. Yeah. We go over, all right, someone had asked about the mental RFC form. What does it look like, I guess? And so I grabbed a copy of it. I believe the copy is linked. I think I had to put it up on my site because otherwise it was just going to some off website. But we go through all the pages of the mental RFC that the SSA will be sending to probably, I think the internal doctor is going to review your stuff, is going to give you a mental RFC and quantify your mental impairments and the level of limitation those impairments cause each of the many factors that are relevant to working. Okay, so you can take a look, see at that. That's probably pretty useful. I try to give a few little nudges where certain ones would be implicating all jobs. So if you were substantially lost in the ability to do some of those tasks, standard workday, you could be disabled based on that alone. That's very rare. You have to have severe, robust, incredible medical records to suggest that you have a substantial loss in that way. So it's easier said than done, and without really severe treatment and very vocal advocating almost mental health providers, it's a real difficult road to prove that you're without any physical problems, you just can't work at all due to mental. I mean, it happens for sure, but it's difficult to prove because it's not as common as some might think. All right, that's it, guys. The September 30th to October 5th, Sundays. Okay, I will see you guys next week. I'm going to be in and out. I have some family come to visit, so we are going to be spending time at a local Airbnb so that I don't have to clean my house. I don't have the energy right now. It's very, very busy with work, so I'm like, let's just stay someplace else. And we don't want to stay in a hotel, so. And then we don't have to have dogs in our faces at all times. You've heard the commotion around here. It's a very busy place. Between two-legged humans, four-legged dogs and cats, two-legged birds, four-legged horses, and there is one snake too. It was a holdover. It didn't get out when its lease was gone, but it's still here. Anyway, um, but I'll be checking in, and I should be sending up some video shares because I'll still be working, just not maybe 12 hours a day. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.